My name is Patty Heck-Kressley. I am the president of ProCrisis. I started doing crisis intervention training in Minnesota approximately 2005 and have expanded from law enforcement into corrections in the past 10 years. Crisis in corrections can be anything from a death of a loved one, another case, maybe a divorce, child custody issues.
Everybody in here acting like this is just a nice place to be, man. Okay? It's not. All right? I can't talk to nobody out there. All right? Ain't nobody. People who say they supposed to write you, right? Supposed to answer the phone when you call. Where they at?
But then there's other things that happen that we wouldn't recognize as a crisis. Maybe loss of privileges, loss of phone, going into segregation, losing their jobs, and those become crisis. As part of the CIT training, we do approximately 8 hours of scenario-based role plays, and we have professional actors that come in to play offenders or inmates. Actors are trained in CIT, so they're aware of what the student's trying to learn, and then they're trained in mental health issues and de-escalation techniques.
This has been one of the truest forms of acting, which is listening and reacting. It's not about a performance. All of the scenarios are brought from actual reports. So these are things that have actually happened.
Come and gonna rescue me and make sure that he take me up to the galaxies and make sure that I get all the powers. So I gotta be right here, okay? I'll be fine, thank you.
Jason, can you tell me who Mokhtar is?
You don't know him? You don't know him?
We cover everything from just someone having a bad day.
I answer the phone when you call, write you back. It's bullshit, man.
To someone being schizophrenic, bipolar.
Since you got my name, you gonna give me what I want. You gonna tell me what I need to know.
Suffering from post-traumatic stress.
I feel like I can't even breathe sometimes. I be thinking about it. I just don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to keep waking up feeling like this.
There was an instance where I was role-playing with someone, and I was there on the ledge, and they were talking to me, and they started sharing a personal story about someone who had committed suicide that was close to them. And they're standing there and we're both getting emotional. Tears are running down our faces. Neither one of us is acting at that moment. It's just living in real life. And so that was kind of like that moment of feeling good to be able to use your talent to do something positive.
If they were acting out, we had to deal with it. And the way we dealt with it was with the use of force. And when I taught the use of force, we did cell entries and that kind of thing, and that's what we did. And then the DOC sent me to CIT training, and after the training, I brought it back and we started to implement it, and it worked. It didn't replace the use of force, but what it did was give me a tool to be able to de-escalate a situation and make things a little bit easier on myself and everyone else. Going out and standing there and de-escalating the situation and talking to an inmate, a lot of my fellow coworkers will say I don't have time to do that, but yet you have time to suit up, get all your entry gear on, do a cell entry, possible injuries, possibly injure the inmate, then you have to write reports, then you have to, possibly go to the hospital and get checked out, and then maybe you're looking at some sort of discipline and that kind of thing. CIT takes that whole thing out of the equation.
We have a lot of feedback from students that say that it works. One in particular is that a student that was a week out of class went into a situation which turned into a hostage situation, and he was able to very quickly resolve the situation, have the person throw down the weapon, and release the hostage. His feedback to me was, it felt like I was in one of your scenarios. Many times I get feedback saying I would have brushed this person off, but instead of just brushing them off, now I'm talking to them and trying to fix the problem instead of just brushing it under the rug. If we can help make an officer's job a little bit easier, because correctional officers have a really difficult job. So if we can give them the education to be able to help them to do their job more effectively and safer, that would be what my goal is.